So here I am with another episode of my complete collection of TV series on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever it may be. Another shelf for you. So let's get into this one. So welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome to this here new episode for my complete TV series collection of physical media, whatever that may fall in the form of. Now, you're going to have to forgive me on this one because the last batch of episodes that I've brought you, the one that came 2 weeks ago, I believe that was filmed in the latter part of last year. Well, it certainly was because I was in my old room. Now I'm in my new room, and I've been in here in this room, this man cave, this film room, whatever you want to call it, since the beginning of January. So I'm completely lost as to where I am because everything's been moved. Now, you have to forgive me if there are any doubles here, if I've shown them before. I don't think I have. 90% of them I haven't. I'm pretty sure of that. But so forgive me if I'm doubling up on stuff. I do apologise. It's just the way that it has fallen. So let us begin here. So first off, I have this DVD. I have no idea where I got it from. Okay, so it's a Marvel Spider-Man DVD, like so. Free only when you purchase Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, a video game. Okay, so that tells you where it came from. So Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, a video game, would have been bought for my children at the time, and this would have come free with it. And it's got 4 distinct Spider-Man episodes on it, 4 different Spider-Men. So you've got an episode from Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends, Spider-Man 5000, and Spider-Man Unlimited. What is Spider-Man 5000? I don't know. I have to look that one up. I've got, obviously, Spider-Man and Spider-Man Unlimited. But, yeah. So, there's that. But not only that, inside, I've also got a DVD that came free with The Sun some time ago. With Spider-Man there. The Sun and Fox Kids present Spider-Man, which I've placed within. Whoops. Yeah, so there we go. There's that. Put that one on the floor. Next up, that's a film. It's the DVD of Godzilla. It's not TV. It's just happened to fall in there. So then we have Police Squad DVD, the complete series. Frank Drebin, Leslie Nielsen, the series that came before the Naked Gun movies. Great series. Only lasted 6 episodes. Very funny. I do have it on Blu-ray. I have picked up the Blu-ray since. 1 disc within. And then we move on to the complete first season. I think it's the only one I've got of this, the only season I've got, and that is The Detectives, British sitcom, Jasper Carrot, and he who played Jesus, Robert Powell. I used to find this very funny back in the day. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was fantastic. I liked Jasper Carrot back then. I'm not sure so much now, I don't know. But I did like this TV series, I thought it was good. Moving on, that's the DVD. And then we have Clerks Uncensored, the animated series, I guess. I guess this was a TV series, I'm assuming so. I like the film series of Clerks, I think they're very good. Shame we ain't got a Clerks 2 on Blu-ray in this country. But there we go. Now that isn't TV. That's a I tell you, it's a photocopied box of Time Bandits. This is just an aside, but inside I do have the version that came free with the Daily Mail back in the day. Obviously printed off a cover to house that in. However, I do have it on Blu-ray. Then we have Battlestar Galactica Razor, which was a film one-off film that sort of fell in within the TV series of Battlestar Galactica, set aboard the Pegasus. The version you couldn't see on TV, apparently. But again, this is something that would have been upgraded to Blu-ray now as well. We'll come back to Battlestar Galactica momentarily. Then we have Bruce Campbell, Jack of all trades. I've got a feeling they may have shown this one before. It was a short-lived Bruce Campbell series. Very good, very tongue-in-cheek. This is a Region 1, obviously. Yeah. 22 episodes. And to sort of go with that, I also have Cleopatra 2525, which was another sort of tongue-in-cheek kind of sci-fi series that was done. These sort of fell after Xena and that. Xena and Hercules Legendary Journeys. I think they're double-sided discs. Yeah. When the sort of makers of that sort of branched out and started trying new concepts. Jack of all trades. It was a shame they didn't do an Autolycus spin-off for that character that Bruce Campbell played in Xena and Hercules, the King of Thieves, I think he was. And then we come to a series of film, a series of TV movie. Where do we start? These are completely out of order, okay, so I apologise. I will show the last one last, and I think that's the first one. So we have Sharp, Richard Sharp, Sean Bean, based upon the novels of Bernard Cornwell. Fantastic show. I loved Sharp. Obviously they're like hour-and-a-half movies each. Get two in each of these DVDs, like so. So Sharp's Company, Sharp's Enemy here. There were a wealth of books that were done. Yeah, so then we have Sharp's Regiment and Sharp's Siege there. Sharp's Mission, Sharp's Revenge. Sharp's Honour and Sharp's Gold. Sharp's Battle, Sharp's Sword. There. Sharp's Rifles and Sharp's Eagles. That might be Sharp's... I don't know what order these go in. I'd have to have a look, but this is certainly the last one, which was Sharp's Justice and Sharp's Waterloo. Now, I know that if you're a Sharp fan, you're going to tell me, actually, this wasn't the last one, because there was two more that came after. Later on down the line, they brought Sharp back for more of akin to two different mini-series, which is absolutely right, which I do have somewhere. They just don't happen to be sat with these ones. I do have them. However, what they done was they combined, because I've read the books, and when I was watching the film, I was like, hold on a minute, this don't make sense. It's like I'm watching two books in one, only then to come to realise that actually they'd combined two books into one film, into one story, sort of amalgamated books, and that's what was throwing me off in that series. And then, unfortunately, this was around 2008, something like that, when we had the credit crunch, when the bubble burst and we went into recession again, if you recall. This is when we lost shops like Woolworths here in the UK, and a wealth of other high street shops were affected. And at the same time, the likes of ITV, the BBC, decided we don't want to put too much money into original content. We would rather back fly on the wall documentaries, fly on the wall, you know, you're the ones where you get the real people in. What are they called? You know, like your Masked Singer, your X Factors and all those sort of things, because it's cheap TV. It's cheap TV to amuse the masses, basically. They haven't got to rely on wardrobe sets, scripts, do you know what I'm saying? All that sort of stuff. Actors, you just get normal people off the streets into these shows, and it really wound me up that they were dropping something like Sharp in favour of that sort of nonsense, and it still winds me up today. There we go. Anyway, moving on. We have another steel tin of Battlestar Galactica. Now, this is the complete Battlestar Galactica series with booklets, all in there like that. books and all the wealth of stuff in there. And this was cheap. This was really cheap. I bought this, and I even have it on Blu-ray. I have it on Blu-ray, the Complete Battlestar Galactica, but I bought this again after having the Blu-ray, even though it was a DVD, because it came in this lovely Cylon tin, which was great. I think this cost me, I want to say something like £6 or something stupid like that. It was cheap. That may be a bit cheap, but I don't know. It was CEX buy. They had it. I thought that's a really nice box. And I think they did do a steel tin like this for the Blu-ray as well, if I recall. But, you know, I wasn't going to let this go with the lovely tin that it was sat in, even if it gave me them a game. There we go. Moving on. We have The Bionic Woman on DVD with, what's her name again? What's this actress's name? Miguel Ferrer, Michelle Ryan, yeah, she was in EastEnders, wasn't she? And that zombie film with the old folk, Cockneys versus Zombies. And she was in one Doctor Who. She was very good. She was a decent actress. She wasn't bad in this, but unfortunately, again, I think this was around that sort of era of 2008, but America, obviously. I think there was writer strikes that came about then, and this show got caught up in the writer strikes. They only ever aired or done about 8 episodes, I believe. Yeah, episodes 1 to 8, and then they said, we're just not bringing this back again. We're not going to give it a chance, and we're going to cut our losses and see you later with it. And that's what happened with that, unfortunately. It didn't have the chance. It just wasn't given the opportunity. Then we have 2 Futurama films here. Now, I'm sure that I showed a couple of these before. Bender's Big Score and The Beast with a Billion Backs. I'm not sure if it was these ones, because I know that when I showed Futurama before, I think a couple of these were missing. But there we go. If these are them, that's them. If I'm showing you it again, then I apologise. I'm just looking at the tortoise, doing what the tortoise does. And then we have, I picked it up for £2.99 charity shop, The Complete 40 Towers. Fantastic British comedy series. Moving on. And another series that I love, Game On. Complete DVD box set of Game On, and I like this. 3 seasons it lasted. Yeah, 3 seasons. Now, Ben Chaplin there, who was the main star of the first series, went on to be recast by this fella here. I don't know his name. In the latter 2 series, because Ben Chaplin actually went off into Hollywood and started to appear in some Hollywood features. The Thin Red Line being one of them, I know. Yeah, so he didn't come back for the latter 2 seasons for that reason, because he went on to pastures are green. And this is funny. You know, a good comedy series that sort of stuck with me. Game On. Yeah, it was good. Then we have, and this is a bootleg actually, and this is available I think on DVD originally, but this, I got this years and years ago. It ain't a new bootleg, this was back in the day, and that is Pamela Anderson voicing the character of Stripperella. Stripperella. Yeah, this was before it got a proper physical release. I keep meaning to actually try and get the actual real physical release of this. I believe it was sort of created by Stan Lee or something, if I'm not mistaken. It ran for 2 seasons, a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 episodes, with an art style not dissimilar to the Batman. Yeah, the Batman TV show. There we go. And then we have here, and I don't know why, the complete 2nd season of True Blood, and I do have the 1st season somewhere. Why I've got this, I have no idea. I look at it, and it's one of those ones that I look at, and I just, why have you got this? Why? I got it cheap. I got it very cheap. And I think I picked this up in Game once, when Game used to sell cheap Blu-rays and stuff like that. But people traded in, and it just kind of, it's one of those ones you look at, and it disgusts me that it's here. It's like, I don't throw physical media away in the bin, unless it's bootleg, obviously. But I look at it and I think, just someone just take it away from me. I'd be happier with it not being here, but I can't bring myself to bin it, and I know that it's worth less. It's not worth you know. And then we have another one, well, that's worthless pretty much, and this is before I got the box set, and it's the complete, or the final season of Battlestar Galactica. And again, something that I should really dispose of somehow with a slip, get rid of at some point. But even charity shops are stopping taking this stuff, so what am I left with? What are my choices? What are our choices when the charity shops don't take it either? And then we have the complete Star Trek Next Generation box like this. This was a pretty recent purchase, I'll be honest. This is the Blu-ray collection, like so, which was fantastic. When I say recent, probably last 6 months or so. Maybe a bit longer than that, because, you know, we all know Tempus Fugit. Time flies. It's Latin. A little bit of Latin for you there. Tempus Fugit. Time flies. Let's move on to this here, what I've got here. And a lot of this is animation. But let's shift the animation out of the way and come to this here. Now, if you want to, I'll change the situation. Right people, right time, but the wrong occasion. Do you know what that is? It's words from a song. Shall I sing it? Shall I sing it for you? Yeah. If you want to, I'll change the situation. Right people, right time, but the wrong occasion. I've got a good idea. I'm gonna get you. Just you keep me near. I'll be so good for you. I can be so good for you. I'm gonna help you. Looking like you want me to. I'll do anything for you. I'll be so good for you. Minder. Classic London weekend television TV series starring George Cole, Dennis Waterman, and this is the complete collection of Minder. So it does cover the Dennis Waterman years and the other fella. I forget his name. Gary Cole? Why does Gary Cole, the name Gary Cole, ring a bell? Is that right? Or is that a character's name? I don't know. But anyway, there we go. Sorry about my singing. It just denotes that I'm in a positive mood. There we go. I don't mind a little sing-song as well. So there's Minder for you. And I picked that up from a CEX. I think it was up in London. I think it cost me about 30 quid, but I wasn't going to leave it. It's Minder. It's a great staple of British TV. So let's move on to... how many of these can I sing? Shall we see if we can get a little sing-song going on? Or will that put you off? Will that make you unsub? We'll see. Next one. Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots rage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Yeah. Transformers. Complete box set. Have I shown this before? I don't know. I may have done in another video when I had a look at some sort of animation collective. And this set here comes in this tin box. A slight dent there, look. Unfortunately, but there we go. Embossed on the tin. Inside we have like a little keyring. And in there again we have a booklet. We have some acetate sort of art card type things, like so. And then we have in there the complete Generation 1 box set on DVD. And why not? Staple of the 80s when I was a kid, Transformers, obviously still alive today. I like the films, well, some of them. I didn't really go beyond Transformers Generation 1 as a cartoon series, but I have also got all of the comic books reprinted in hardback form, 100 hardback books, reprinting everything from the Marvel UK to the Marvel US, all the other companies that have had it in between. IDW. I forget the company that had them before IDW. But anyway, so it reprints all that stuff. And then, next one. Again, that tortoise is making so much noise. He's doing my nutting. You know what this is straight away. Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose. Feel the magic, hear the roar. Thundercats are loose. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. That's enough of that. So Thundercats, the complete series, the original series of Thundercats. Fantastic. Yes, sorry about that clanging. I'm going to get him out. I'm going to get him out and on the floor. So naughty today. Look, there he is. There he is, little fella. Yeah, my tortoise. It's actually my daughter's. I bought it for her for a gift for her birthday. It's quite a while ago, actually. She had hamsters and things like that. And this is an aside, sorry. We had hamsters and things like that. And obviously they die quick, don't they? Especially from my perspective, because you're much older in life and time passes by a lot quicker when you're older. So for me, it seemed like they just kept dying all the time. Their life expectancy being short, and I got fed up with the tears and all this. But then I'd done it as a kid. I went through it. Then I said to my daughter one day, I said, you know what? I'm going to get you a new pet. It ain't going to be furry. Let's go and get you a tortoise, something that will stay with you for a considerable amount of time. Thus, we got this tortoise here that she named Squirtle. Rhymes with turtle. Now, in America, I think they do call these turtles. But no, they're tortoises. It's a tortoise. That's, you know, I mean, they're all of the same sort of family, I suppose. But they call them land turtles or something silly like that. But it's a tortoise. Tortoise. Be careful, you can get salmonella off of there. I think it's salmonella you can get off of there. You can catch something off of their shell. But anyway, down on the floor you go. There you go. Off you go. Yeah, he's good. So Thundercats, that's where I was before the tortoise rudely interrupted me. Seasons, well, the complete season 2. Yeah, so it's complete Thundercats. Yeah, which was a great series as well. Staple of that era. Moving on to a continuation of that. He-Man. There's no words to that song, is there? No. So this is the complete He-Man. Now I imported this from a foreign territory, as you can see, before we had them fully released over here, which has happened since. But you know, I'm quite happy with them as they are here. Yeah. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. There's that. Now I do have Mask somewhere, but I think that's downstairs, the TV series, because I used it for a video a little while ago on Cypher Sigma Screen Time, Cypher Sigma Toys channel, when we talked about the property Mask. I don't think I put it back, so lastly it's not here. It may be included in another one. And then we have, sort of with He-Man, She-Ra and the Princess of Power. Now, having got He-Man, I had to get this as well, because it's kind of like the spin-off series for girls. A sort of female version, shall we say. And then we have the Secret of the Sword, which is the He-Man and She-Ra film. And I remember this when it first came out. Yeah, I was a big fan. Who wouldn't be? Then we have He-Man and She-Ra Christmas Special. Now these might form part of those box sets. I honestly don't know. I reviewed this at Christmas, actually. It was part of my 12 Days of Christmas. I thought, I'm going to do something a bit different and review the Christmas Special from He-Man and She-Ra. And you know what? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And then, as a bootleg, because it ain't got a release, and this was a very divisive series from Kevin Smith, and it is He-Man, or Master of the Universe Revelation. You know, the series that came to Netflix, season 1 this is. I like the first half, not so much the second half. I like the first half because it took He-Man out of the equation. and focused on other characters within the pantheon of Masters of the Universe. And I thought that was quite an interesting idea to do. Then He-Man came back. And then last but certainly not least, this is the complete series of If There's Something Strange in the Neighborhood, Who You Gonna Call? Ghostbusters. Bum bum bada bum bum bum. Ghostbusters. The TV series. The real Ghostbusters cartoon series, which is the complete series. This is from Germany. It also includes all the episodes of Slimer, the little spin-off series that came afterwards. 140 episodes, 7 seasons. This ran from, I think, about 1986 to 1991, I think it was 91 it ended. So it was on TV for a long time. It ran for a long time, generally a lot longer than other cartoon TV shows of its era. Maybe not as an episode count, but as seasons, definitely. And part of that was, obviously, you had Ghostbusters come about. And I don't believe this series would have lasted as long as it did. Ghostbusters was 1984. This came in 1986, as I recall. I believe it would have got cancelled a lot sooner had Ghostbusters 2 then not started, gone into production and came out in 1989, which then sort of revived the interest in this show, giving it a bit more longevity. But there we go. So there's that shelf for you. That's the last item on that shelf. Like I said, apologies again. Apologies number 1 for the disruption by the land turtle. Apology number 2 if I've doubled up on anything. And apology number 3 for my singing. I don't mind singing. I quite enjoy singing, actually. I think on Video Tasties, just a little, like, you know, Gareth on Video Tasties, there's a possibility that, I don't know when, that we're going to do a Spirited, you know, the Christmas film, Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, watch and sing along. Because Gareth's done some sing-alongs. I don't know how well they were received by people, but certainly I'm up for Spirited and belting out those tunes. Yes. So, although not really related to this video, but related to Spirit, good afternoon. And I shall see you all later. Comments down below in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button if you so wish. No pressure. No thumb screws. Hit that subscribe button if you so wish. No pressure. No thumb screws. Hit it. No, I'm only joking. And I shall see you all later. I'm in a funny mood today. But there we go. It's AJ. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care and goodbye.